Are you ready to transform your pool into a stunning oasis? At Mainland Pool Service, they're a family-owned business committed to keeping your pool looking pristine all year round. They believe that pool care should be proactive, not reactive, which is why their skilled team handles everything from routine cleaning to complex issues with precision. They prioritize clear communication and personalized solutions to exceed your expectations. Join the Mainland Pool Service family today and experience the difference their expertise and dedication can bring to your relaxation retreat. Contact them now at mainlandpoolservice.com.
Nate Bargatze.
Look, I say a lot of dumb stuff. I try to keep it in front of large groups. Seems to go better that way.
Big Dumb Eyes World Tour.
When you say something dumb one-on-one, it's a lot for that person. I'll say it, then I can just feel that they feel the weight of my life on their shoulders.
Tickets and info at NateBargatze.com. Don't miss the Big Dumb Eyes World Tour. Nate Bargatze.
Memphis, Monday, February 16th. Tickets and ringsider packages on sale now.
Watching the Grizzlies is easy with FanDuel Sports Network. If you have cable or satellite, you're all set. Find us on your channel lineup. You can also use your TV provider login to watch games on the FanDuel Sports Network app. No cable or satellite? Subscribe directly to FanDuel Sports Network online. You can also watch on Prime Video by adding a FanDuel Sports Network subscription. Not sure where to start? Visit FanDuelSportsNetwork.com to learn more.
Live from the Built Ford Tough studio at FedEx Forum, it's the Gary Parrish Show, presented by Ortho South, on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, here's your host, Gary Parrish.
All right, I'm here. I'm really here. My name's Gary Parrish, speaking to you from the Built Ford Tough studio, FedEx Forum, downtown Memphis. Bennett Doyle's right there, producing the program. Glad he's with me. Glad you're with me. Hope you're getting through the day best you can. And I hope you're ready for another professional basketball game, because we got one tonight inside FedEx Forum. It, of course, is the last home game before Thursday's trade deadline. You know what that means. We'll talk about it momentarily. First, though, quickly, let me set today's schedule for you. In the next segment, here in about 20 minutes, Michael Eaves is going to join me. He, of course, hosts Sports Center for ESPN. I will talk to him about a number of things, including the looming NBA trade deadline. What's going to happen with Giannis Antetokounmpo? I think that'll be the first question I ask Michael Eaves. He's going to be here in the next segment. Finish talking to him. We'll take a break. Come back. Do 5 more things you need to know, at which point we will discuss 5 previously undiscussed stories. Among them, Penny Hardaway's Tigers lost at the buzzer this weekend at home to a Tulane team that was on a 5-game losing streak before it got to Memphis. We'll talk about the team that's now ranked 103rd at KenPom. We'll do that in about 40 minutes. The Darren Peterson saga at Kansas continues to be just weird, just strange, unusual. He starts games, he looks amazing, but he can't finish games. They chalk it up to cramping, but just the whole thing's strange. I'll run you through it. We'll do that in a bit. The NBA All-Star rosters have been announced. Congratulations to LeBron. He's going to be an All-Star for the 22nd straight year. That, of course, is an NBA record. We will celebrate America's King a little later on in the show. The NFL has announced it's going back to Madrid, Spain. It's evidence, further evidence, that the league continues to try to expand its brand globally. I'll get Bennett's thoughts on that. We'll do it in the third segment. And the Grammys were broadcast live last night on CBS. That's America's most watched network. It's the network of stars. Bad Bunny won Album of the Year. Kendrick and SZA won Record of the Year. We'll celebrate the arts during a segment we call 5 More Things You Need to Know. Then we'll eventually do GP's Carryout, and we'll call it a day. So that's the rundown. We got a lot to get to. But I want to start with your Memphis Grizzlies, because Game 48 of the scheduled 82 is going to take place tonight here in downtown Memphis. Timberwolves, Grizzlies inside FedEx Forum, 6:30 tip. 6:30 tip. Peacock is where you'll be able to watch it on television. Tickets are available, Grizzlies.com. This is, of course, the last home game before Thursday's NBA trade deadline that will come and go at exactly 2 p.m. Central, so you know what that means. It means it could be the last time you see you-know-who sit on a home bench inside FedEx Forum. Big Benny, good to see you on this Monday. Just good to see you.
It's good to see you too, man.
Man, it's been a minute since I've seen you like this. I ain't seen you like this in a minute.
I come in here on this Monday beaten down. I'm ready for obviously my teams are in shambles, but I come here a beaten man. This snow, I need it gone. It's like my car's all messed up now, and it's because of this weather, and I'm dealing with that, and I'm borrowing my wife's car and all that. I just need this stuff to get out of here. My kids are sick. I got to take my kid to the pediatrician.
Is it appropriate for me to offer you a hug in the break?
I think I'm going to be okay, man. I think I'm going to be okay.
It's rough out there, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a shitty weekend, too, if you want to know the truth.
Did you?
No, a part of it was bad, and other parts were perfect. You know? So, you know.
That's how typically.
I think that's life.
I think that's what they call life. Yeah.
I think that's probably life. You just try to get more of the good than the bad, right?
Yeah.
But my car, I believe I hate that you're having car problems. I know that's...
it happens.
I know, but it's stressful, and it's costly, and all of that stuff. I don't believe I'm having car problems. I think my car still works fine. But I don't know, because it can't get out of the garage. I can't get my car to the garage.
How come?
I mean, there's ice.
Yeah.
I have 2 feet of ice on, like, if this is my garage door, I have 2 feet of ice on the side of my garage door.
Yeah.
I know I could go to Home Depot and get a shovel and but I'm not doing that.
It's going to melt today. Just wait.
Yeah, that's crazy. I was actually talking to Matt Norlander about this, and I was talking to him about this a few weeks ago when they had. He lives in Connecticut. And he was like, yeah, I'm going to have to go out and shovel ice. I was like, that's just, you just saying that as a reminder of the different places where we live.
Yes.
Because I've never said that. What you just said to me is not something I've ever said to another person. Like I'm going to go get a steak. We've all said that. Yeah. Man, I really wouldn't mind going to Disney World. You know, a lot of people have said that. I'm going to go shovel my driveway is not a sentence I've ever said to another human. I've never, because that's just not, I tried to explain to him. It doesn't mean that we never encounter a situation where it wouldn't be beneficial to shovel. It's just that my entire life, when we do encounter that situation, we don't shovel. We wait because it'll be gone soon enough.
Right.
It doesn't, I thought that would still be true, but it's not. It's not gone. My driveway is still completely covered in ice.
We need that sun to keep peeking through and melt all this stuff. I also need these kids to go back to school tomorrow, man. I need this kid to go back to school tomorrow.
I don't even think my
They're
kids.
Never going back.
I don't even think my kids can walk around without an iPad in their hand at this point.
They're never going back.
It doesn't feel like it.
They're never going back.
It doesn't feel like it. So shouts to Uber for getting me here this morning. I had to schedule an Uber to get to work. I had a gentleman come pick me up this morning.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, he was great. He's 20 minutes late, but
there's ice on the road.
There's ice on the road. So I was like, I wasn't going to complain about it. Yeah, I still tipped him properly and gave him 5 stars.
Good.
Even though he was 20 minutes late.
Good.
I still tipped him properly and gave him 5 stars. But that's what it took to get me here today, because my driveway is still complete ice. My street is still complete ice. Once you get off of my street, like the interstates, I think most people know this.
Everything's
the
all
interstates
the
are fine, and all the big roads are fine.
Yep.
But rural Mississippi, if you'll accept that as a description of kind of where I live, it's still, it's still icy, and you still slide around a little bit. It's still like, I don't think the kids will go back to school this week.
Oh, God help us if that's true.
I mean, my kids are. I'm not trying to say it my kids are in a private school, so they're not at the mercy of all the buses and that kind of stuff. So the decisions are a little more isolated for a private school than it would be for the county schools. But DeSoto County schools, I would be shocked if they're back in school this week. Because, yeah, a lot of this is going to melt in the coming days, but I don't know that it's going to be cleaned up enough to where you can safely take a bus filled with children into the, these roads in the middle of nowhere, DeSoto County. And that's the clearance point, I think, for like, can we put kids back in school? Yeah. It's like, can everybody get back and forth safely? And if there's just like one part of this county that's a mess still, then you got an issue. So good luck to everybody.
Good luck, everyone.
Good luck to everybody. Good luck to everybody. So I understand you beat down a little bit. And if you were hoping that sports would be a distraction,
it's part of it. It's part of the beat down.
Wouldn't it be nice to be like, God, the weather's terrible. The kids aren't in school. My car's messed up, but at least my basketball team's awesome.
That sounds great.
I'd take that at this point.
That sounds fine.
You know what?
Yeah.
Freeze my driveway over, but at least give me a quality basketball team. As it is, we got one that's on a 6-game losing streak. Quite literally hasn't won since London. Remember London?
I do remember London. That was great.
Remember how great we felt after London?
I felt awesome.
Isn't it wild how you can go from that to this so quickly?
Yes.
I mean, I felt so briefly, but enthusiastically optimistic.
Yeah, man.
It was very brief, but I was in it for a minute. I was like, you know what? Give me a little bit more of that. Here's really what I remember thinking after London. Well, as long as he stays healthy now, if there's still no trade market for him, I don't know that they can just give him away for nothing if he's doing this.
Right.
And then maybe everything will just settle down. He'll realize this is the best place for him. Also realize, man, the world doesn't think of you what they used to think of you. Maybe that can be a humbling moment, an eye-opening moment. It all sounds stupid in hindsight, but that's where I was.
I was there as well. I mean, I still am kind of there, but we haven't seen him play since.
Are you still there at all? So Jess asked me this question earlier, and I thought it was an interesting question. If the trade deadline passes, and there's a deal around the margins or whatever, nothing that Thursday, it's 2:01 p.m. Central. Ja Morant is still on this roster. Jaren Jackson is still on this roster. Every player you care about is still on the roster. How will you feel?
I mean, I would still probably feel the same because I would think that something would just be done in the off season, right?
Put a term on it. You would be happy. You'd be sad. You'd be disappointed. You'd be what?
If Ja was still on the team?
The trade deadline passes, Ja, Jaren, and everybody else you care about is still on this team.
Oh, I would be happy. I still think that the best path forward is Ja Morant being the point guard of this team. Now, I don't know if that's even a possible path, right? Yeah. Like that's the thing is there's obviously there's levels to this, but that's how I feel. That's how I feel. Do I think it's going to be the case? And I'm really not sure at this point. I don't have a gauge at all for what I think is going to happen this week.
The only thing I will say is that I too am unsure, but the people who are closest to the team on a day-to-day basis seem less unsure than we are.
For sure.
Whether you talk to Michael Wallace, to Michael Cole, Drew Hill, Chris Harrington, to various degrees, but they all seem to, if you said, hey, call it right now over the past week, they seem to indicate they all still seem to think a trade was more likely than not. Mm-hmm. So that's why I assume a trade is more likely than not.
Right.
Because all the people who should know seem to think that. Doesn't mean it's guaranteed, but perhaps more likely than not. And so the way Jess put the question to me was, but what if it doesn't? How will you feel? And I had not thought about it from that perspective recently, but here's where I think my honest answer would land. There's a time where if you'd have told me, hey, the trade deadline's going to pass and they're just not going to do a deal and Ja's just going to stay a member of the franchise, and I would have said, that's what I prefer. Good. And then hopefully everything is awesome moving forward. And I still think if the package out there is just garbage and filler, I still think that's probably where I am. We can figure this out later. But when she asked me that question, I thought through it. Like, okay, trade 2:01 Thursday. I'm in the air flying back home. And it's like, hey, nothing happened. Josh, now let's get an injury timetable on Ja and see when he's expected to come back and be in a Grizzlies uniform again. What would I think? And I don't know that it would be happy or like, yes. Because I just feel like that would be a moment where I go, well, I guess I know what we're going to be talking about for the rest of the season and for the offseason. There is something, and if a deal does get done, I trust it's mostly rooted in this. It's just time to turn the page. It's just we can't keep living like this anymore. It feels like that is where the front office has gotten on some level. Perhaps that's where Ja's gotten on some level. And I know some of the fan base has gotten to that place as well. And I just thought that was an interesting thing to think through. I think I would prefer that to happen. If there's nothing of substance in a trade, just let it pass. But it was like, how would it feel? I'd probably feel like, oh, well, I guess we're talking about when will Ja Morant play again tomorrow for the millionth time. That's sort of the thought that went through my head. And so we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting week. I mean, I think obviously everyone's waiting to see what happens with Giannis, right? Like that's going to be the first domino of this whole thing. I think everyone's just holding out. All the teams that are interested in making a big move at the deadline, they're going to see where Giannis, is he going to choose us? Is he going to choose someone else? And then I think that's when the dominoes will fall.
Well, it's not quite apples to apples, but to your point, think of it like this. In NBA free agency, you'll hear about, and these three teams have max cap space available, and they all want to give it to LeBron James in his prime, all right? Well, LeBron can only pick one franchise. Now you got two franchises left with all this money, and they're like, okay, we wanted to give it to him, but he took theirs, so let's spend it anyway. We got to do something. So who wants this money now? Could be a similar thing. You got multiple franchises out there trying to get involved in a Giannis thing. They feel like they got to do something at the trade deadline for whatever reason. They got to do something. That's what they want to do. Can't get that done. Then it's like, all right, but we still need to do something.
Yep.
Well, all right, let's talk through this Ja Morant thing again. What do we think? Let's talk through the Ja. And it's like, all right, let's go for it. Let's roll the dice and see what happens. You could land in a situation like that. And if you're the Grizzlies front office, I guess that's what you're hoping for.
Oh, man. I'm just ready to get past it. I'm ready to get past the trade deadline.
Yeah.
The waiting game has been excruciating.
I think Tom Petty said it's the hardest part.
Yes, that is correct.
Michael Eaves is up next.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball. But the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board. A class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Grizz Nation, Friday night just got a whole lot better. Introducing Buckets and Brews, the ultimate way to tip off your weekend. Every Friday this season, grab a terrace-level ticket to the Grizz game and 2 12-ounce Miller Lights for just $55. Get great seats, cold brews, and Grizzlies basketball. It's everything you need to start your weekend off right. So get the deal that's too cold to hold. Go to grizzlies.com/Friday to lock in your tickets today.
Grizz Nation gets set for tip-off 1 hour before every Grizzlies home game with the warm-up show. Get the latest news, notes, and analysis live from courtside at FedEx Forum.
Who's going to be the tougher team that rebounds and prevents second-chance opportunities?
Join me, Lang Whitaker, along with Michael Wallace, Jessica Benson, and other personalities from Grind City Media, Memphis, and around the NBA. 1 hour before every home game, live at Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.
The long goodbye begins. A very special evening with Journey. Final Frontier Tour. Journey. Tickets are on sale now at journeymusic.com. Your chance to say goodbye to the songs that changed our lives. Journey. Final Frontier Tour.
Welcome back, Gary Parrish Show, presented by Ortho South. I'm inside the Built Ford Tough studio, and on Mondays in the second segment, I am joined by Michael Eaves, who, of course, hosts Sports Center for ESPN. He's here right now. Michael Eaves, it's GP. You staying warm up there?
I'm trying, bro, but it is still cold, and the snow will not go away. Like, it's not on the road, so I can get around, but I just hate looking at it at this point because it is piled up so high. I wish I could take a picture and show your viewers and listeners the stack of snow that we have on campus at ESPN. Like, we literally bring on dump trucks to move the snow so people have places to park. We have one parking lot that is nothing but the snow that's been removed for other parts of campus. It's insane.
Yeah, I mean, it's like obviously a different level there, but down here we're dealing with the same types of things, just on a smaller scale. But on the smaller scale, it just shuts us down. Like, I could drive to work today, but I didn't because I can't get my car out of the garage because there's still 2 feet of ice outside the garage. And I guess I could get out there with a shovel, but I don't even think I own a shovel. So my car's trapped in my garage. I can't get it out. I Ubered to work today. It's a mess.
Yeah, it is. It's you. Memphis isn't used to living that way,
right?
So you've got things that you never thought you'd be dealing with in February.
Yeah. So let's talk basketball. Trade deadline is Thursday. Obviously, the biggest story out there: Giannis Antetokounmpo. Is he going to be moved? What do we think as of this moment?
Well, we think that he will be because of everything that's led up to this point. We had Shams Charania on SportsCenter last night with Nicole Briscoe and me, and he said there have been offers made, and he also said that the Bucks have countered some of those offers. So clearly people are trying to make this happen. It's just going to come down to this. The best package at the last minute, I think, is what the Bucks are waiting for, because they can take their leverage only so far, and the last place they can take it is the midnight hour of the deadline on Thursday. So I think that's what's going to happen. Now, where he goes, who knows? It's really going to depend on the best package in the eyes of the Bucks. Do you want an impact player in return, plus some draft picks? Or are you more concerned about draft picks themselves so you can rebuild for the future? They can only determine that for themselves, and we may not know until that deal gets done. I do think it will get done. Here's the thing. If it doesn't get done, Gary, then you wonder if Giannis will come back and play at all this season. And then would they move him in the summer around the free agency period, or maybe even around the draft at some point? We just don't see him playing another season in Milwaukee beyond this one.
Obviously, this is not up to the NBA. It's up to Milwaukee. It's up to Giannis, probably on some level, where he ends up. But from an NBA perspective, is there anything cooler, bigger than Giannis in New York inside Madison Square Garden? Like, that would be, I mean, that'd be neat. That'd be neat.
That would be huge. And the thing about, the Knicks, as you well know, they matter even when they don't, because it's New York. And that place matters, MSG. But they haven't had a bona fide superstar in a while, really. As great as Jalen Brunson has been, MVP candidate, he wouldn't be the draw that Giannis is. Maybe have to go back to when Carmelo first got there. You may have that superstar draw, but they haven't had it even though they've been very successful these last couple of years. That would take them to a different level. And yes, New York is the hub of the NBA, and to put Giannis in that hub as an international player as well, it would be huge.
Huge. Let's talk golf for a second. Justin Rose wins at Torrey Pines, sets the tournament record. Congrats to him. I thought probably the bigger story of the weekend, at least heading into it, like Brooks Koepka was back out there. He made the cut. He seemed like just the way he talked, whether it was a press conference or even on the CBS broadcast, he seemed genuinely moved just to be back in that setting, to be back on the PGA Tour. What did you make of everything connected to Brooks Koepka this weekend?
Well, that is true. He did feel some emotions coming back. And here's we say this all the time. Sometimes you don't know what you lost, and you didn't know what you have until you lost it.
Right.
And for Brooks, if you go back to when he first signed with LIV, he was coming off a serious knee injury. He didn't think if he could play, he didn't know if he could play again to that caliber. And so he was like, if this is a way for me to go into retirement, I'm gonna go ahead and do this and see what happens. But shortly thereafter, not only did his body get better, his game was as good as he thought it should be. And then he had buyer's remorse pretty quickly. It was well known that he was the one guy who's like, damn, I should have stayed. I don't like the way LIV is doing everything. And he wanted to come back. He just couldn't for a while, obviously. And then when he decided that he wanted to, and he saw a route that he could come back, you still have some concerns or questions, Gary, about how everyone else would receive you. Now, he's got some friends on the tour still. He does. He's an ambassador for NetJets. And there's some guys there that he sees at certain events, corporate events, that he's been able to see how those guys would gauge, but that's not the entire membership, right? And he didn't know until he went out there. And he received a warm reception, probably warmer overall than he thought he was going to. So that made him feel good about it. Now the question would be, how well can he start to play? Making the cut was a big deal because of everything going into that weekend. And he played well, but can he be Brooks Koepka again in the wake of this return to the tour?
Like, I don't know Brooks. I know you've sat down with him a million times. I've just watched him from a distance. He portrayed himself at a younger age as almost like, excuse the outdated phrase, but like too cool for school. Like, I don't care if people like me. I'm just, I'm out here, I don't even really love golf as much as you might think I love golf and all that kind of stuff. And I thought it was interesting that as he was talking this weekend, he was like, it matters to me how I'm treated out here. It matters to me what these guys think of me. I don't want it to be awkward and uncomfortable. I just never heard him be that vulnerable too much. And he almost seemed like I don't want to say different person, but certainly a changed one in some way.
Yeah, I mean, he's had an experience that may have changed his outlook on some things. Now, to a large degree, he does not care about what a lot of people think about him, especially maybe like you and I in the media or certain golf fans. He does not care about that. That is accurate. But when you go to something that is special, a special group, everyone wants to feel accepted. You don't want to feel like the outcast while you're out there, even if your job is to compete against everyone else in that group, right? So from a basic human standpoint, of course he wants to be accepted. He does not want to be looked at as the villain within the group, right? Because he's seen how other players have looked at certain people that way. He doesn't want to be that way, right? They were looking at Bryson DeChambeau at that point, one way at that point, and he was the guy that was doing it, quite honestly. Or Patrick Reed, the way he's been viewed on tour, he did not want to be looked at like those guys. He wanted to be like Brooks Koepka, the guy that everyone liked prior to, and he has shown some remorse, and that goes a long way too. And he's had some conversations, private conversations with guys. That goes a long way too. But for the entire tour membership, it may take a while for everyone to say he should be back. You know what, Gary? Also, there may be some who said no, he should never come back because he chose to take the money.
This weekend, Carlos Alcaraz, the 22-year-old tennis star, wins the Australian Open. It's his 7th Grand Slam. He's now got the career Grand Slam. He's the youngest man to ever accomplish that. It sort of occurred to me over the weekend, like there's 22-year-old Victor Wembanyama, 22-year-old Carlos Alcaraz, and we could be watching, we'll see, but the best to ever do it. Like, we're watching it in real time right now. In two sports we care about, there's 22-year-olds who project at least as have a chance to go down as the best we've ever seen.
It is incredible that we always get to a point, and this is probably generational, that we see someone, we think this is the best there will ever be, and you give us a generation, and then someone comes behind them.
Yes.
And that's especially the case in tennis. I feel like it's in tennis more than other ones, where guys just come out of nowhere and all of a sudden they start winning all these majors. Like, in the 70s, early 80s, it was the height of McEnroe, Connors, and Bjorn Borg was in there. We thought this was the greatest generation of overall talent. And then all of a sudden you get Roger Federer, who came up and surpassed Pete Sampras in the number of Grand Slams. We thought 16, 17 was a big number. Then all of a sudden you've got Novak Djokovic comes in out of nowhere and he starts winning everything. And I was like, no, this is the greatest generation. And so now you got Alcaraz at 22, the youngest to win the slam. And oh, by the way, center's still pretty good too. Yeah. And we got some other guys coming out. I feel like in tennis more than any of the sport, every other generation sort of becomes the greatest of all time, right? Basketball is going to be harder for Wemby to get that just because of the historical significance of Michael Jordan and the cultural impact of Michael Jordan to be the greatest of all time. But the way he's starting out and all the tools that he has, he's certainly capable of doing it. But I don't know what it is about tennis where every other time the next generation start having babies, you've got the greatest of all time.
In college basketball, Kentucky continued on its roller coaster of a season after losing by 25 at Vanderbilt. Go to Arkansas, beat John Calipari and the Razorbacks. Does that still resonate with the fan base, beating John Calipari?
Oh, 1,000%.
Okay.
Absolutely. Oh, my goodness. Especially, Gary, because they took an L to Calipari last year at home.
Yes.
So they had to get some get back somewhere. But going into that game after what happened to Vanderbilt, you're like, there's no way they can do it. But maybe the loss at Vanderbilt was really about them looking ahead one game, right? And whether there are players on that court for Kentucky now who had nothing to do with John Calipari, 2 years ago, they still feel the energy of everyone else around them. That's the student body. That's people within the organization. Like, you can't help but to absorb that. And you saw it play out. And then you have some guys that went to Arkansas with Calipari from Kentucky. So there's that, animosity going back and forth. And that's why that game was so contentious throughout. I thought we were probably one more shove away from a fight breaking out in that game. Thankfully, that did not happen. But that was a huge response by Kentucky after losing the lead in the second half as well to come back and win that game.
So I will not talk to you again before the Super Bowl. Seahawks Patriots on Sunday out at Levi's Stadium. I know this isn't, if you were drawing it up, you'd prefer to have Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce and whatever. This isn't the Super Bowl maybe that everybody wanted, but
nobody wanted this except Seattle and New England fans.
Okay,
all due respect.
That's the more succinct. That's more succinct way to say it. You got me where I was trying to get to. Sell me on it though. Why should I be excited about this other than it's the Super Bowl?
It's the Super Bowl.
Okay.
And I'm not, it just is, man. Like, it's like, oh, I can sell you on these great defenses. We don't watch football to seek defenses. We don't, right? I think if there's one, I think the best story to come out of Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
Okay. He was a high draft pick coming out of USC. He goes to the Jets and seen as a failure. He goes to the Panthers, seen as a failure. He goes to San Francisco, dedicated backup role. So you're like, all right, well, this is probably going to be the rest of his career. He goes to Minneapolis and out of nowhere makes the Vikings relevant with a tremendous season, only to be chosen, or only to have a rookie injured quarterback be the chosen QB for the next season after what you did. Then he has to go somewhere else again. And then look what he did in Seattle in one season. He's got them in the Super Bowl. That redemption story, and whether it was partly his fault in terms of how it played out or just the nature of the environments he was in New York and Carolina, whatever it is, for Sam Darnold to be in this position right now, that if they win, could very well be the MVP of the Super Bowl. 3 years ago or 2 years ago, even before the beginning of last season, no one would have put money on that. But Sam Darnold is in that position. And if you're looking for great stories, personal stories that could come out of this game, I don't think there's anything better than what Sam Darnold is on the precipice of accomplishing.
Well, it is fascinating because you can think about the different stages of his life. There's a point where he's a teenager and everybody actually says he's the next great thing. Then he's an adult and everybody says he's the
trash.
big trash. And now he is quite literally the favorite to be the MVP of the Super Bowl on Sunday. That is crazy.
Right. And again, life is so weird, Gary. Like we all try to accomplish certain things. We expect certain things, but the way it plays out ends up being more memorable than what we thought it could have been. And for Sam Darnold, no one would want to go through what he went through, being seen as a failure, multiple stops, right? No one wants to go through that. But for those watching the story and those looking for something cool out of the Super Bowl, everyone loves redemption.
Yeah.
Everyone loves a great redemption story. And if Sam Darnold can do that, it would probably be one of the better stories in that regard to come out of a Super Bowl in recent memory. But to go from the next thing to trash to, again, maybe the MVP, who writes that?
Yeah.
No one writes that story.
It's a terrific story. I think I could latch onto that one. That's Michael Eaves from ESPN. Make sure you follow him on Twitter at Michael Eaves, watching him on SportsCenter. You're the best, buddy. Enjoy your week. I'll talk to you on Monday.
All right, good luck with that ice.
I'm doing the best I can. I'll see you. That is Michael Eaves from ESPN. I told you earlier, like you get this ice, and I know, like I actually heard my neighbor this morning when I was walking out to get in the Uber. I heard the, I could hear my neighbor shoveling snow, and I was like, I guess that's what you got to do at some point, but I didn't know how to do that. I really do I kept walking outside thinking, I bet this will be gone by tomorrow.
No.
It ain't never going nowhere.
Yeah.
It ain't never going nowhere.
No, I think it will today.
You think you could hire a snow shoveler?
No, I'm sure you could.
In the greater Memphis area?
Sure.
Because that sounds more like my move. I don't know that I'm going to get a shovel out myself, but I got Venmo, you know?
I'm sure somebody could come take care of that for you today.
I don't know that I'm going to get a shovel out on my own, but I got my Venmo works.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
My Venmo works. I could see if your Venmo works. Maybe get you a little Venmo. If you come get this ice out of my garage.
I'm sure someone could take care of that.
You know what? Everything's going to be all right.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Isn't that what you got to hold on to in times like these?
Yeah. I think that's true. Hopefully we get to see Ty Jerome back in action tonight. That's something to hold on to.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
It was nice to see Ty Jerome, wasn't it?
Of course it was. That was awesome.
Yeah, it was just a little glimpse of what...
It was a glimpse of what could have been. Yep. Maybe still can be. Who knows?
Still can be.
Yeah, we know nothing.
Hey, we're not, you know what? We're going to let this story write itself.
Good.
We're not going to try to write the story in advance. We're going to let this story write itself. All right? Then we'll look up on Thursday at 2:01 p.m. Central. And we'll see what the score is.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good to me. Well, we put it off as long as we could.
Will you stop? Like, God.
What do you want me to do?
Every time I think we're like,
No.
Getting to the fun part.
I'm trying to put a smile on, all right? But I know everything sucks. I'm trying to put a smile on, but I know the whole world sucks.
Man.
All right?
We got to talk about it. Yep.
I'm trying to...
I appreciate that.
I'm trying to laugh through it.
Yeah.
But the ice sucks.
Yeah.
Our basketball teams suck. It's tough out there, right?
It's tough out there.
But we got to trust things are going to get better.
Yeah.
I don't know when. I don't know how. But that's what we're going to trust.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what else to do. Penny Hardaway's Tigers played a game yesterday. It was right here in FedEx Forum. The opponent was Tulane. And I know what you're thinking. Well, I guess that went well because Tulane stinks. They can't beat nobody. Oh, I got bad news for you. They came right in here to FedEx Forum and won the game at the buzzer with a layup. Just like that.
Yep.
We'll be depressed about it next.
Grizzlies fans, dunks, dimes, and no-looks are great on TV, but nothing compares to catching them IRL. And that starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight in person. From seeing your favorite Grizzlies stars up close to hearing the squeak of the sneakers on the hardwood. Put that jersey collection to use and get tickets at Ticketmaster. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside, Memphis.
The heaviest metal credit card of all time. Rumored to be one of only 18 in existence. plated with the very same tungsten that forged the International Space Station, and wielded at business dinners like a samurai sword. It's a classic corporate power move. But the real power move? Having end-to-end visibility on your most critical shipments. FedEx, the new power move.
Now that's the new edition way.
I feel like there's another level we can take it to.
What you think, Mike?
2 steps ahead of you, Slick.
What's good, bro?
What you doing, man?
I'm in.
Woman, you don't even know what I'm getting ready to ask you. Here's the vision. All 3 of us on the same stage every night.
Gonna be crazy.
No barriers, no separation. It'll be like 9 kings and a queen.
The next level starts now.
I want to give Jock Landale some freaking love, bro. The dude been balling out of his mind.
Jock's a good player. Jock Landale's been great for the Grizzlies. He has just been, in his own words, miscast.
Yeah, but this has been the best career.
If he's your backup 5, he has been just. I mean, and even thrown into a situation that he wasn't expecting to be thrown into. Yeah. He has been outstanding.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Orthopedic injuries can be unpredictable, unforeseen, and unscheduled, and Ortho South understands this better than anyone. Since your injuries don't make appointments, you don't need to either. That's because Ortho South welcomes walk-ins during the weekdays and the evenings, even on Saturdays. So next time an unforeseen injury makes an unscheduled appearance in your life, visit orthosouth.org to find your nearest urgent care location. Just walk in and Ortho South will take care of everything, especially you. Learn more at orthosouth.org. That's orthosouth at orthosouth.org. Now I got 5 more things you need to know.
Number 1.
Final score, Tulane 78, Memphis 76. Inside FedEx Forum on a Sunday afternoon. So the Tigers dropped to 10-11. Overall, 5-4 in the American. It was Rowan Brumball at the buzzer. Coast to coast layup. Yuck. Bennett, what are we going to do about our basketball team at the collegiate level?
Man, that was gut-wrenching. That one was really tough. It's been a rough go this season in Hoop City. I mean, it just has. It has been a rough go of it, man.
We've certainly had better times.
For sure. I mean, I know that like someone would point it out, but it is hard to remember where a season where both teams are just down like so bad, like usually one is competitive and competing for, postseason spots. It's rare that we get both of them just down so bad like it is this season. It's been rough, man.
It has been rough. It sounds like it's going to get rougher before it gets better. If you were hoping, as the Tigers struggled through the non-league portion of their schedule, that it would just lead to nothing more than them dominating the American. Well, that's not working out. They're not dominating the American. They're not the best team in the American, even if they are the best funded program in the American, the program with the most history in the American, the program that on paper, at least in the preseason, it appeared had the best roster in the American. They're just 5-4 in the American, and that is tied for 6th in the conference standings. And one of the things I noticed yesterday, I made this point with Jessica earlier, is that, this was a Sunday afternoon, sure, but it wasn't a Sunday afternoon with, Patrick Mahomes on TV.
Not even a massive Sunday afternoon of college basketball.
There's really nothing going on.
Right.
I mean, Nebraska, Illinois,
yeah,
if you cared, but it was a pretty, the PGA Tour, but you weren't competing with the NFL. That's my point.
Right.
Tigers lose at the buzzer. Heartbreaking. My phone didn't move. Nobody texts me. I noticed that. Typically, or at least there was a time where nothing could happen, good or bad, with the Tigers, where I didn't have my mom, a friend, a booster, somebody, go Tigers go, or, oh no, did you see that? What happened? We suck. Anything, some sort of emotion. There was a time where if Memphis lost a game the way Memphis lost that game, at the buzzer, filled with drama, comes down to the final seconds, they lose at the buzzer. Somebody would have text messaged me and been like, I can't believe that happened. Oh my God, did you see that? It would even be something like, what are we doing? How do we not stop the ball? That's the first thing to teach you in basketball. Stop the ball. Somebody would have said something. I got nothing. Not from you, not from Vernon, not from a childhood friend, not from my neighbor, not from my mom. Nobody texted. The Tigers lost at the buzzer at home yesterday, and nobody seemed... The people in my life who used to care enough to reach out to me and ask what I thought about it, they just seemed like they didn't even really care anymore.
That's a good point. Because yes, as that happens yesterday, I'm looking for people to talk to about it. And it was usually in past seasons, you're right. Your phone blows up. I mean, you get on Twitter and it's and it wasn't as much of that yesterday. It does feel like maybe people are just a little resigned to what this is right now.
It's a scary place to get in sports as a sports fan and as a sports team. I'm a great example of this. I've been a Mets fan my entire life. But if I'm being completely honest with you, there was a series of years in my 30s, probably, early 30s, where they just were so bad for so long that I stopped watching. I stopped caring. I went from somebody who watched every game. Even when I'm in college and I don't have any money, I'm broke, I still was buying the Major League Baseball subscription so I could watch every Mets game. I went from that to I didn't even know when they were playing. I didn't know who they were playing. I didn't know who was pitching tonight. It's not intentional. It's not something where, because you'll hear this sometimes, I'm done. It wasn't like I'm done. It was you look up and you don't care anymore.
No, it was like that with me with the Titans these past couple seasons. They quit carrying every single game on local TV, and in the past I'd be like, this is BS.
Right.
Calling a TV station, why aren't you carrying the game? And then these past couple seasons, it's just I watch it on Red Zone or what,
It's one thing to have the fans stand up, raise their hand, and say, I'm done. I'll never buy a ticket again. Those people usually don't mean that. The more concerning part of this type of thing is the people who, just like me with the Mets in that time when I'm in my early 30s, I didn't consciously say I'm not going to care about this anymore. I'm not going to watch this anymore. I just stopped doing it because it wasn't interesting, because it was so bad. And that's what it reminded me of yesterday. There's a moment in time where the Tigers, think about this. If Ja Morant is traded at some point this week, my phone will blow up. So will yours. Because people will care one way or another. I might get text messages of people saying, I can't believe Ja's no longer here. I might get text messages saying, thank God Ja's no longer here. But I'll get people will react to that because they'll care. One way or another, they'll care. And I thought that was sad yesterday. Not just the loss, not just the empty building, not just the dropping to 10-11 on the season, but nobody in my phone seemed to care.
Yeah, I cannot argue with that. A loss at home to Tulane 4 or 5 years ago, that is everyone's freaking out. It's catastrophic, and it wasn't as much of that yesterday.
And a loss to Tulane 15, 20 years ago was unimaginable. You just didn't do it. It's not something that you did, right? You go down there, you beat them by 25 here, and you beat them by 13 there. you don't lose to Tulane. What are you talking about? I say that respectfully, but these
true.
programs are supposed to be in different places.
They absolutely are.
And by the way, it's not like Tulane is Tulsa sitting there at 19-3 overall, 7-2 in the league. Tulane is 13-9 overall, 4-5 in the league. Was on a losing streak before they got here. And just all of it was sad. Particularly,
it sucked.
I looked on Saturday. I talked to Jess about this earlier. Central Florida was hosting Texas Tech. They beat them. And court storm, capacity crowd. And I'm like, they were in our league. We looked down at them.
Mm-hmm.
This is how conference affiliation can just either elevate your program or wreck it. And UCF got in the Big 12. And now they're playing a Big 12 schedule. And now they're, recruiting not Kansas level Big 12 talent, but, they're recruiting better talent than you can typically recruit in the American.
Mm-hmm.
And it just changed everything. On Saturday, I watched Central Florida beat a nationally ranked team in front of a capacity crowd in their home arena. And 24 hours later, I watched Memphis lose to Tulane in front of an empty building. The programs are,
yeah, it is. It is concerning.
And the last thing on this is I don't know how to fix this. I wish I was smart enough to tell you, and here's what you do next. I knew when it got bad under Tubby exactly what to do. That wasn't hard to figure out. You had a high school coach who happened to be your greatest alum, who happened to have his fingers in what would eventually become the number one recruiting class in America. That was so easy. GP, nobody's coming to the games anymore. The team stinks. What are we going to do? I got you. Fire Tubby Smith. Hire Penny Hardaway. The fans will come back. The recruiting classes will follow. That was so easy. Then we'll see if he can do the job. But I can fix your problems overnight. You got a recruiting problem right now. You got a crowd problem right now. You got a money problem right now. I can fix that. Fire this guy, hire this guy. Fixed. Now let's see if he can do the job. I don't know how you fix this. You can fire the current coach if you want to and hire whoever you want within reason. It doesn't fix the core issues. It's in a bad place right now. We're waiting for the ACC to break up, and then fingers crossed, you can look up and be.
That is the fix.
That's the fix.
I mean, it
that's
really
the fix.
is.
That's the fix. And short of that, I don't know that there is a fix. If by fix we mean getting it back to what it once was, I don't think you can get it back to what it once was in this league, regardless of the coach. It doesn't mean that you don't have a coaching problem. I can talk about all the stuff we're talking about, but then you should never be in year 8 as the Memphis basketball coach with only one NCAA tournament victory, period. You should never be tied for 6th in this conference, this version of this conference, ever. So they got, they got athletic department problems, but they got a coach problem too. But here's the point. You can keep the coach or move the coach. I don't think you can get Memphis basketball back to what it once was in this league. That's the real problem.
Yeah, because even before they lose yesterday, there was still minimal. It was a light crowd, right? Like you had trouble getting people even excited for the game
and
before it tipped off.
And I'm not going to beat them up over the crowd in the middle of an ice storm.
No, of course.
I mean, I still can't get my car out of my garage.
That's
all right?
completely fair. Yes.
But if it would have been 72 degrees and sunny yesterday, that building would have still been empty. It wouldn't have been as empty, but it would have been empty relative to what we think it should be, what it once was.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tough situation. Dr. Scott's a bright guy. I trust he'll figure it out, but there's a lot of stuff over there to figure out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Number 2.
This Darren Peterson saga at Kansas.
What's going on, man? I need some intel.
Okay.
What's up?
Like on a surface level, what do you know about the Darren Peterson situation at Kansas other than obviously he doesn't play?
I know that every time I've seen him play, he looks incredible and looks like one of the best players in the country. But I also know that as a fan of a franchise that deals with injuries seemingly worse than every other team in the league, that scares me.
I do wonder when it becomes part of the evaluation, because if it's just and this is when I talk to NBA people and just use my own eyes, if it's just a basketball evaluation, he's the guy. I mean, you can't pass on him.
You see it, yes.
Woo, He looks like you could drop him in an NBA game tonight and he'd go get 25. I mean, tonight.
Yeah.
He is special. If it's just a basketball evaluation, that's the guy. Don't overthink it. But like, at what point does his body seems to be failing him if you take him at his word, and I do, but also B, and this is the part that bothers me, when he comes out of these games, and for people who don't know, Kansas has played 21 games. He's only appeared in 11.
Mm-hmm.
Even in the 11 he's played in, he's only got to 30 minutes 3 times, never played more than 32, and has multiple times just shut it down in the middle of the game. Like, they're in a game, he's amazing, and then it's like he takes himself out of the game, and he never comes back. That's concerning without context. The more concerning thing is they chalk it up to cramping, but he never looks like he wants to come back in the game. We've all been watching basketball our whole lives. I'm not going to sit here and debate how he feels. That seems silly. But we know, and I'm also not going to tell you what I would do if I were him, because that's also just, you don't know what you would do if you were him. You're not him. But what I can say is I've been watching basketball my whole life. I know what cramping looks like. Typically, a player goes down to the court, see a trainer come out, they wave him over. Trainer pushes the toes up, and then they walk them back over, and then they're working on them. Mm-hmm. They got a gun on something, and there's fluids, and you see them, they're like this, and then they typically try to go again, and then you might see them get back. I can't go, and they got to go back over, and then there's none of that with him. You don't even see the cramping in the way you normally see it with other players. He just sort of casually walks to the bench, sits down, and then it's just over. The rest of the game, you look over there, he's just sitting there like this. They're not working on him. It doesn't appear anybody's ever really talking to him, like, hey, are you ready? And like, oh, by the way, this 20-point lead is now down to 4. The guy who, if you're not the number 1 pick, it's going to be him. He's playing, and he does. That's the concerning thing to me. Why does it not look like, and maybe it's just optics, but why does it not look like you are trying everything you can to get back in this game? It's bizarre.
That is weird. And like, because I mean, in college basketball, like you don't really see stuff like that where like a guy's dealing with like minutes restrictions or things of that nature.
Some people have suggested, well, it must be a minutes restriction, except that minutes restriction doesn't explain why he plays the entire first half and never in the second. Like, if you put Jaren Jackson on a minutes restriction, you say he's on a 28-minute restriction tonight.
We're saving a lot of those minutes for the second half. Yeah.
Yeah, he might play 13 in the first, and then you're going to save the other 15 for the second half.
Mm-hmm.
Darren Peterson playing like 17 minutes in the first half, and then playing like 3 minutes in the second, and then it's done. Just never comes back in the game. That's not the way minutes restrictions work.
Right.
It's bizarre. They don't do a good job of explaining it. Bill Self is like, well, it's cramping, and he's doing the best he can, but it's like, okay, he's cramping. But why does it not look like he's coming back, trying to come back in the game? I know what cramping looks like on basketball players. They go to the bench. They're constantly communicating. They're constantly getting work. There's somebody over there rubbing on them.
Mm-hmm.
You see it all the time. And it's not there with him. It's weird. It's bizarre.
Very.
But buddy, he is awesome when he plays.
Man, this is just going to be such a fascinating final, like, it's going to be a fascinating, like, into the college basketball season, because obviously, we're going to hope that we're in the mix for one of these guys once those ping pong balls drop. So
I mean, that's where we are reduced as a franchise, it feels like, to hoping we get lucky. Let's get through this season, whatever that looks like, and then hope we get lucky. And by lucky, you mean get in a position to maybe draft that guy. But the way this season is unfolding for him is strange. I keep saying on the I'm College Basketball podcast, I'm like, hopefully it is as it appears. And like, and now it's over and it's all behind him now. But I've been saying that for like 2 months. I've been saying like, hopefully that's the last time we ever say cramping and Darren Peterson in the same sentence.
I think
and then we say it again.
I think the concerning thing for me would be if you get into like Big 12 conference tournament, NCAA tournament, and then you start seeing more of that. Then I'm like, oh God.
I mean, people are already joking like Kansas going to be in the Final Four and he's going to sit out the second half.
See, that's when I would really be like, that's concerning. Like that's got my antennas up.
Well, the good news is, hey, we'll be talking about this again tomorrow.
So you're
they play tonight. Kansas plays tonight on national television, big Monday, and Darren Peterson, I guess, is expected to be in the starting lineup.
Okay.
the more interesting question is, will he finish the game?
Number 3.
NBA All-Star rosters have been announced. I guess the big headline, LeBron James is an NBA All-Star for the 22nd consecutive season. That, of course, is an NBA record. Are they debating right now, like on ESPN, whether LeBron deserves it or not? Or are we just like, who cares?
No, he's always going to he's getting his honorary spot. I think LeBron's getting his honorary spot until he retires. Yes. Rightfully so.
I got no issue with our king being in the All-Star game.
No.
He's another one, a little bit like Darren Peterson, just slightly older, but like when he plays, he's pretty awesome.
He's pretty awesome, yeah.
You know? When he plays, he's pretty awesome. I got no issues
This
with
is a TV show, too.
it's a TV show. Don't you want the king, the NBA's all-time scoring leader, to be there? Do we believe this is his last All-Star game?
Not if he plays next year.
Do we believe he's playing next year? I don't know what to think of this.
I do.
From a distance, I'm like, of course he's retiring. They don't have realistic championship aspirations. He just took up golf. Like, that's a he's old. That's a great, like, I'm old. I'm not winning anything of substance. I really enjoy golf. I mean, that's retirement talk. But then you hear the basketball people, like Kendrick Perkins, Charles Barkley, Shaq. It's not just, they all talk to each other. They all talk to their agents. They all talk to other agents. They all talk to other basketball people. And like almost to a man, they think he's playing next season. Perhaps not in LA, but they think he's playing next season. And so it just, I never try to lose track of that. Like those people probably have better insight into LeBron's personal wishes than I do, right? And they all think he's going to play.
I think too, like he wants people to want him to come back. That's why you drop these tea leaves in the post games and stuff like that, because it's like, no, y'all are going to want me to come back next season.
So he'll be an unrestricted free agent. He could make it known, literally anybody who wants me, you can have me. I will play for nothing or the vet minimum, right? So there's no like, well, do they have space? Like if Giannis enters free agency in his prime, you know there's only a handful of franchises that can get involved in that because you got to put all the money on the table.
Right.
With LeBron, you're a billionaire. Like you could announce, I want to spend the last year of my career in a perfect basketball place, whatever that looks like. Whatever that looks like for me, money is not a factor. I'm trying to find the best basketball place for me, and I'll make the money work. Now, who's interested? And you could just have that, that feeling of being wanted by the whole world again. Maybe play one more season, wherever you want to do it, take a shot at another championship, and call it a day. I could see something like that, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyway, no Grizzlies on the All-Star team. You probably assumed that.
A couple things. Like I was super happy for Jalen Duren. He deserves that spot. It's cool seeing a former Memphis Tiger become an All-Star, and he's just having an incredible season. So that was cool. It was cool to see Norman Powell get his first All-Star game, and cool to see Jamal Murray get his first All-Star game.
Well, now we get to see what the All-Star game looks like.
Yeah.
They're going to do it a different way this time, and they're hoping that it'll lead to better results. And, on the Monday after All-Star game weekend, I want you to tell me about it because I'm.
Oh yeah, you're boycotting.
I'm boycotting.
I'll let you know everything you need to know.
Yeah,
man.
I'm boycotting All-Star Weekend until somebody tells me on the Monday after All-Star Weekend that it was awesome.
Okay.
And because I'm not going to keep watching something that I know stinks. So you just called this a television show. We've all watched television shows our whole lives. At some point, if you've been watching a television show and it starts to go bad, even if you loved it before, you're just like, I'm not watching this anymore. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Right? What is that? Ozark? I think Ozark kind of went that way.
It did go a little south at the end. Yeah.
Right. I think even Jason Bateman will probably tell you that.
Yeah.
All right? Same thing. I used to love the All-Star game, All-Star weekend. It has not been good for a while. I'm done until it's good. So on the Monday after All-Star weekend, this is exactly how it's going to go. I'm going to sit in here, perhaps dressed just like this, and I'm going to go, so Bennett, how was All-Star weekend? And you will either say it sucked again, and I'll go, I figured. Or you'll go, man, it was amazing. And I'll go, wow, tell me about it. And if you can convince me it was amazing, I'm going to start watching it again.
Good.
I'm going to start watching. You're in control.
I accept your challenge.
You're in control of whether I ever watch NBA All-Star Weekend again. All right? But congrats to all the nominees.
Number 4.
The NFL has announced it's returning to Madrid, Spain, after previous reports in recent weeks suggested they want to get to a point where every NFL team, every single season, plays at least one game in Europe or Asia or otherwise outside of this country. Do you like the direction?
I actually do think it's kind of cool. I like that it's becoming, this international sport. Like, it's America's pastime now, right? Like,
sure.
we always talk about that. But yeah, I do kind of like that it's become this internet. I mean, the NBA is trying to do the same thing. Mm-hmm. I like it. I think it's good.
How long before the Cleveland Browns are playing the London Tigers?
The
Berlin Bills.
I think that's going to be tougher because of the travel. Like, you're going to have unfair travel advantages, I believe. I don't know how that would work, just having one or two European teams. That seems unfair for those teams.
I think the NBA is thinking of putting a whole nother thing over there. Right. So clearly there's a desire to grow all of these things internationally. Whether or not you can actually put franchises in these places is up for reasonable debate, I guess. Mm-hmm. But this is all sports. I mean, college basketball is taking a tournament to the Middle East.
I mean, it makes sense. We love the Premier League. Like, Premier League does big numbers over here.
Yes. Huge.
Yeah.
I mean, CBS Sports is involved in Paramount and a lot of soccer stuff. And they got a whole network built around it, the Golazo Network. You see it, college basketball's going overseas. College football goes overseas.
Yep.
NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball goes overseas. WWE, Royal Rumble was just in Saudi Arabia.
WrestleMania this year, yeah.
So everybody is trying to tap into this, and the NFL, taking another step, agreed to go back to Madrid, and the teams that will be playing there yet to be determined or at least announced. But you're going to be watching the NFL in Spain again.
Number 5.
The Grammys were held last night.
Yeah, I enjoyed the show.
I enjoyed the show as well. It was on America's Most Watched Network, the network of stars. Glorilla was nominated for Rap Album of the Year. She, of course, did not win that. Kendrick Lamar did with GNX. But Album of the Year went to Bad Bunny.
I believe I called this on the show Friday, by the way.
Bad Bunny. Ben, I'm going to give you credit. You did identify Bad Bunny as the winner. He made an anti-ICE statement, which I guess isn't surprising. And obviously this leads into now he will be the halftime performer at the Super Bowl. Yeah. So it lines up pretty good.
Why was he sitting by himself? Could they not put anybody cool at like his table? What's going on there? That was weird.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, he was just sitting by himself. It seemed like.
I'm sure Bad Bunny's got plenty of friends in that room.
I know. Well, everybody was coming over and congratulating him, and I'm like, why didn't y'all put anybody at his table? I don't know. I just noticed that.
Kendrick and SZA won with Luther, so that was nice. But it did not win Album of the Year, even though I would have preferred that over Bad Bunny. Clips performed. That was terrific.
Yeah, that was cool.
Just a fun night of television.
I liked the medley of all the best new artists. That was good. That was really good.
I thought Justin Bieber was awesome.
Bieber was cool. Why was he up there in his underwear?
I don't know. I can't explain. That was odd, I can't explain why he didn't put more clothes on. Yeah. But I thought the performance was like
Sabrina to kick off the show was pretty good. Yeah,
she's great.
It was a solid show. I found myself, and I think Trevor Noah's good. We were talking about it, for like these award shows for movies and television, like you want a host, particularly a comedian, and you're going to do some kind of monologues and stuff like that. At the Grammys, I find myself being like, man, just put more music up there, like more performances. I want to just see like giving out awards and performances. I don't need all the monologue, honestly.
Yeah, maybe. I like Trevor Noah, though.
He's good.
I like Trevor Noah, though. So, it was a fun night at the Grammys, and congratulations to all the winners.
Yes, and I'm looking forward to seeing Bad Bunny at the Super Bowl.
Looking forward to seeing Bad Bunny at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, man.
He will, that was history last night. That's the first non-English or either Spanish album to ever win Album of the Year at the Grammys. So, made history there. And I know, that's going to be a big thing, your uncle's going to be on Facebook talking about he doesn't understand a word that Bad Bunny's saying. That's going to be a thing. He's going to be awesome. He's awesome.
Yeah.
He's an incredible performer. an incredible performer. It'll be awesome. You won't understand what you're watching, but you'll be. But if you're honest with yourself, you'll be like, well, that was interesting. That was amazing. He'll be awesome. He is awesome. I can't wait.
I can't either.
I can't
Shout
wait.
out Turnstile winning Best Rock Album. That was wild. Like, there was some good stuff last night. I enjoyed it.
It's a fun night of television.
Yep.
Look forward to the next one. Be back with Carryout.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing compares to catching your Grizzlies IRL. And that all starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight. Put that jersey collection to use for the next game and get Grizzlies tickets at Ticketmaster. Whether they're here at FedEx Forum or on the road, Ticketmaster's got your back when it comes to scoring tickets. And there's no better brag than saying you saw it live.
Jeff Dunham, Artificial Intelligence, his all-new tour.
You're the other white meat. How can you be so smart on one hand and so stupid on the other? Well, you're half of it. I realize I could have avoided all this years ago with one simple word. I do not. Silence!
Don't miss a Memphis. Friday, April 10th, FedEx Forum. Tickets on sale Monday, September 29th at jeffdunham.com.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing beats catching your Grizzlies IRL, and nobody knows that better than you. So next time you want to hit up a game, Ticketmaster's got your back with tickets to every upcoming matchup. Whether you're catching the Grizzlies at home or on the road, you'll find tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Keep putting that jersey collection to use and get Grizzlies tickets today. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside again soon, Memphis. Own the 2025-26 Grizzlies season with the 10-game Flex Pack, the ultimate way to catch all the action on your terms. Choose your favorite matchups from intense rivalries to weekend thrillers and customize your pack to fit your schedule. With 10 games to pick, you'll never miss the moments that matter most. Visit Grizzlies.com/packs today to build your perfect ticket pack and cheer on the Grizzlies your way. It's your team, your season, and your schedule. So don't miss out.
The only thing better than Saturday Night Hoops is when it comes with an exclusive Grizz hoodie. Every Saturday this season, $60 gets you a Grizzlies ticket and a limited edition Grizzlies hoodie. 4 different hoodie designs dropping across 4 Saturday games. Not sold anywhere else. Don't miss your shot to collect all 4 designs. Grab your tickets and gear up now at Grizzlies.com/Saturday.
We're giving you a chance to win free Sonic. Just hit the link pinned to the YouTube chat to enter for a Sonic gift card. Jump into the chat, hang with us, and maybe even eat free Sonic too. That's a Sonic link in the YouTube chat every single Monday. Let's do Carryout.
It's time for GP's Carryout. One final segment filled with stuff to take with you. It's not everything you need to know, but it's most of it. What did we miss today?
Did you see the story about Savannah Guthrie's mother?
No.
You know Savannah Guthrie?
Yeah, she's out right now because she had to get surgery on her vocal cords, I believe.
The 84-year-old mother of NBC's Today anchor, Savannah Guthrie, has been reported missing from her Arizona home.
What?
Where officials found a, quote, very concerning scene, a sheriff said. They brought in homicide detectives.
Whoa.
Yes. So that's all we know now. She lives in Arizona. Just scary stuff.
That is scary. We love Savannah. We enjoy the Today Show quite a bit.
Everybody loves Savannah Guthrie. Why wouldn't everybody love Savannah
Start my morning
Guthrie?
with it, yeah.
Yeah,
That's scary.
Yeah, people like, that is the thing with those, the host on those types of shows. Like their audiences, they're with them every day.
Yeah.
And they feel like they know them every day. And so this is scary stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully we get some good news.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully next time we update you on this story, it's got a great ending, but it doesn't sound good right now. So thoughts.
What's today's biggest game?
All right, Bennett, we touched on it earlier. We're doing college basketball.
Okay.
I'm taking you to United Supermarkets Arena down in Lubbock, Texas.
All right.
It's number 14 Kansas against number 11 Texas Tech. And tip-off going to be at 8 o'clock, ESPN. Texas Tech minus 4.5. Total's 154.5. How you going to act?
Texas Tech lost to UCF, correct?
Texas Tech just lost to Central Florida over the weekend. They, of course, are led by JT Toppin, the reigning Big 12 Player of the Year.
And Kansas is playing well, man. They've won 5 in a row. I think they're going to keep it tight. We're going to go with the Jayhawks here.
Bennett says
I need Darren Peterson to play the whole game, though.
Finish the game, bud. Finish the game, bud.
I'm going to be watching closely.
All right. Bennett's got, you're on a little bit of a run, too, Bennett.
Yeah, man.
I want to update you on your record. 299, 261, and 4. You are up 6.5 units. Plus 6.5 units. You're doing all right.
All right. Rock Chalk.
Rock Chalk, Kansas, plus the 4.5 tonight.
What are we watching on TV?
I think we got to watch Raw on Netflix. It's the first Raw on Netflix since the Royal Rumble, the men's Royal Rumble.
Oh, man. He is so back. He said he was coming to save WWE, and you're damn right he is, because he saved my fandom. Because the Royal Rumble was okay. The crowd was mid. It
was weird. It looked empty, but then I literally started doing Twitter searches like Royal Rumble crowd, and you would get a bunch of people saying it looks empty because it did. And then other people were explaining there's something weird with the lighting and the way the crowd, most of the people in it were dressed, that it made it look like there's not a person there, but it was just a weird lighting thing. There were actually people there, but I don't know what to make of it.
That's fine. I mean, dude, like me and Devin were talking about it. Like typically at Royal Rumble, like when the countdown clock starts, the whole crowd's chanting it and stuff. You didn't really hear a lot of that in this one, and so I thought that took some of the fun out of it. But when Roman got the dub and is all the way back and is going to compete for a championship at WrestleMania, I was like, okay, I'm here, I'm ready.
So does everybody assume now it's Roman Reigns CM Punk?
I think that'd be a great WrestleMania matchup. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see how Roman doesn't just dismantle him, and I love CM Punk.
The OTC's back.
The OTC is back, man.
I had fun.
Yeah, it was good. It was really good.
I had fun. Me and the boys watched it. I don't love the whole like Saturday afternoon stuff. I like to rumble at night.
I like to rumble at night as well.
I don't want to rumble in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
Because then I'm tired. I've been rumbling all day.
Yeah, I think also
Sun ain't even set. I've been rumbling all day.
Like Liv Morgan on the women's side, like that's awesome too.
Morgan.
That's gonna be fun. Like I love the two winners because I think that's gonna guarantee us at least two very interesting WrestleMania matches. So I'm good.
I respect the WWE for trying to grow the brand internationally, but I like to rumble at night.
I like to rumble at night as well, man. Especially on a Saturday night.
Come on, man. I would have loved to have rumbled on a Saturday night.
Yeah.
Which is not to suggest I didn't have a fine Saturday night. But I would have liked to rumble on a Saturday night.
Same.
Instead, I watched another Best Picture film.
Oh, what'd you watch?
I got to get the name exactly right.
Sentimental Value.
Yes.
Stellan Skarsgård.
Have you seen it?
I have not. I've heard it was great. Everybody says it's great.
I thought it was great.
Okay. On.
I thought it was great.
I need to check that out. Look at you doing better than me. I don't think you're ahead of me, though.
I think I've done 6.
Yeah, I'm ahead of you.
I think I've done 6 of the 10 now.
I've done 8.
I got 6 of the 10, and I got Begonia in my phone right now.
Oh, Begonia's wild, dude.
I know. I'm about to
Begonia's wild.
I'm about to get loose on this plane.
Good.
I'm about to get loose on this plane and watch Begonia. If you see me sit down on the plane next to you, just know I'm about to get loose and watch Begonia.
Nice.
You know? Like please say hello.
Yeah.
Please say hello. I'll say hello back. I'll ask you how you're doing. You can ask me how. But just know, But just know I'm about to get loose and lock into Begonia.
Good.
All right?
Good. I like that.
So we're watching Raw tonight on Netflix. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Cool.
Sentiment of Value is great.
All right. I'm going to dive into that as well.
All right.
What's the best thing we've read?
I updated the top 25 and 1, writing about Arizona. They're going to be a unanimous number 1 in the AP poll again today. They're 22-0 now, 9 quadrant 1 victories. Only game this week is a home game against Oklahoma State. They're like 20-point favorites in that one. So they're going to get to 23-0. And then a week from tonight, it should be undefeated in top-ranked Arizona inside Allen Fieldhouse against Darren Peterson and the Kansas Jayhawks.
Pretty good.
I mean, a week from tonight, it should be 23-0, undefeated Arizona against a 2-time national championship coach in Bill Self and the presumed number 1 pick in the draft, Darren Peterson. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
If you want to read about Arizona's incredible start to this season, you can find it in the top 25 and 1. It's over at cbssports.com.
What's on tap for tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow's going to be Tuesday. Oh, I'm looking forward to this. I don't even think I've told you this. Jeff Pearlman's going to join us.
Hey, how about that?
Yeah. I told you I just finished his Tupac book, and I was like, I texted him. I was like, hey, late to the game and all that, and you might be done promoting this. You might be tired of talking about it. But, man, I ain't tired of talking about it. So if you got, a few minutes and you don't mind getting up early on the West Coast, and he was very agreeable.
Cool.
So we'll talk to Jeff Pearlman tomorrow. Look back at Grizz Timberwolves. Should be a fun show. Looking forward to it already. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm going to enjoy mine. Meet back here tomorrow at 10. Till then, be careful, be kind, be good. Rep your hood.